spot, but
Okay.
so she wasn't going to be able to join us tonight.
Okay. Okay. I haven't heard anything more, so I'm assuming we didn't get any more requests.
Not to my knowledge, no, sir.
Okay. Okay. We will now move down to agenda items. Item number 4, consideration of and possible action to rescind the district's board July 31st, 2021 decision on Gatehouse Water LLC operating permits for district wells number 5933122, 5933123, 5933217, 5933409, 5933410, 5933411, 5933412, 5933413, 5933504, and 5933505. Natasha, would you like to give us an overview of this item and the resolution?
Yes, President Talbot. So this item has been raised before at our last meeting on July 27th. And I would just raise again. So on July 27th, the board took action to reconsider the request of Gatehouse related to its operating permit. And at that meeting, the board also took new actions on the 3 Gatehouse items. Since we have new decisions on Gatehouse, I recommend that you undertake a motion to rescind your July 21st actions. As I mentioned at the July 27th meeting, there was a concern with public comments being taken after the item was acted on. And so now I'm asking the board to rescind those July 21 actions by a motion, and then or written order rescinding the July 21st actions would be issued. Are there any questions from the board?
Questions from the board?
Natasha, Mike Samang. As I understand it, we have a July 27 resolution that has been passed by the board concerning the failure to comply with special condition number 8.
Yes, Director Samang, I want to clarify that there are 3 orders and they were signed yesterday, and those cover the July 27th decisions. There are 3 of them. They cover Gatehouse's failure to comply with special condition 8. The second one denied Gatehouse's amendment application to the operating permits. And then the third one declined to modify the monitoring well agreement request. So all those actions were taken on July 27th, and the orders were signed yesterday. So I'm asking you to rescind the July 21st actions, not July 27th.
The July 21st action is just surplusage to the July 27th action, is it not?
That's correct.
And so actually you're just asking us to clear the record.
That's correct.
I move we do so.
Okay.
I'll second that, Larry Shoddy.
I have a motion by Board Member Samang and seconded by Board Member Shoddy that we rescind the action taken by the district board at the July 21st, 2021 regarding decisions on Gatehouse Water LLC operating permits for district wells as referenced in this agenda item. Is there any questions from the board?
Mike Semeng, would you consider it a appropriate or a friendly amendment to have a note in there that the July 21st action has been replaced by the action taken at the July 27th meeting, just for clarification?
I would leave that to council. I don't think it's necessary, but I would leave that to council.
Thank you.
Director Cook, I see what you're getting at, but I think the record would be clear that the July 27th decisions, would stand. So I don't think we need to state that they're.
I'm just thinking at some time in the future when somebody doesn't know the history of or the past of all of this, that it might make it clear to someone looking at it, 10 years from now or something.
Well, I do understand that.
I'll defer to your judgment on that,
Sure.
but that's my thinking on it.
So and this is getting a little into the next item, but Gatehouse did request findings of fact and conclusions of law on both decisions, both dates. And so those findings that you've reviewed for July 27th do cover, the correction that we would need to make for July 21. So I think the record is clear that what happened on July 21.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any more questions from members of the board? I'm going to do a roll call vote just so that we can make sure that everyone hears. Phil Cook.
Yes.
Kay Rogers.
Yes.
David Fleming.
Yes.
Let's see. Who am I missing here? Carl, yes.
Yes.
Yes, Carl. And from Cheryl Smith.
Yes.
Herbert Cook.
I have reclused myself from this action.
That's right, you have. Okay. Larry Shoddy.
Yes.
Mike Semane made the motion, so I assume that's a yes.
Yes.
And Billy Sherrill. Billy, did we lose you?
Director
Billy,
Carroll, you're muted. If you want to unmute there's a button in the bottom left-hand corner.
Am I unmuted now?
You're unmuted. Yes.
Okay, I ain't touching it no more.
Okay. Are you in favor of the motion?
Yes.
Okay. And the motion carries with the required 6 votes or more. The next item on the agenda is consideration of and possible action on findings of fact and conclusion of law related to the district's board July 21st, 2021 and or July 27th, 2021 decision on Gatehouse Water LLC operating permits for district wells number 5933122, 5933123, 5933217, 5933409, 5933410, 5933411, 5933412, 5933413, 5933504 and 5933505. Want to give us just a brief overview, Natasha?
Yes, so as I kind of mentioned in the last item, Gatehouse requested findings of fact and conclusions of law on the board's 3 decisions, both from July 21st and July 27th. Since the July 21st decisions have been rescinded, there would be no need to adopt any findings of fact and conclusions of law. So tonight, I would present to you the July 27th findings and conclusions that have already been provided to the board. Gatehouse's request was timely filed, and the district has 35 days to respond and provide a certified, adopt findings of fact and conclusions of law, and then provide certified copies to Gatehouse. And so you've been provided with draft orders and findings for those 3 Gatehouse decisions from July 27th, 2021. And so I would ask you to, I guess, go through, make a motion to adopt each order. And let's see, I don't know if you want me to review the orders, or Mike, if that's something you'd want to do.
No, that's fine. There's quite a lot of material in there, and I would prefer to get it right the first time. And since you're the author, I'd hate to have to call a special meeting because I didn't say something right. So.
Okay, so the first item would be an order adopting findings of fact and conclusions of law on Gatehouse Water LLC's submission to comply with special condition number 8 of the operating permits. And those findings of fact and conclusions of law have been provided to the board. And so, if anybody wants to make a motion to adopt those, then there could be discussion.
These were handed out to the board in advance. I think it would be more appropriate to pass them individually rather than as a group. That's just my personal view.
Right, that's what I'm recommending.
Okay, okay. So as Natasha has outlined the first findings of fact, do I hear a motion to approve the first findings of fact?
Mike, I have a question.
Okay.
So we're going to go through and read each one and adopt each one individually. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
And I think because of this having been discussed, I think what Natasha has laid out is kind of a historical issue of how this has transpired, and especially addressing the earlier question in the evening and how the board is dealing with that. And we've dealt with that tonight, and now it's reflective in the orders, I believe. Is that
right? And so if the board would like me to read all of the findings into the record, I could do that, or I could read the orders. I mean, it's however you'd like me to proceed.
Mr. President,
yes?
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the findings of fact and conclusions of law for the first order.
Okay.
That's the order on Gatehouse Water's submission to comply with special condition number 8.
That's exactly what I said.
Okay.
I have a motion
I
that
second.
Pardon?
I'd like to second that.
Okay,
Okay, second. I have a motion and a second that we approve an order in which the board has determined that Gatehouse had failed to comply with Special Condition 8. Is there any questions from the board? Okay. I'm going to do a roll call again. Carl Steinbach?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. David Fleming made the motion.
Yes.
Okay. Phil Cook
Yes.
and Kay Rogers seconded it. So, okay.
Yeah.
Cheryl Smith,
yes,
Mr. Cook, Herbert Cook has recused himself. Larry Shoddy,
Yes.
okay. Mr. Mike Semaine,
Yes.
okay. And Mr. Billy Sherrill,
Yes.
okay. The first order of findings of fact have been approved, in which the board has determined that Gatehouse did not meet the condition, Special Condition 8. Okay. We will move on to the next one. And if I'm correct, this is the one regarding the well monitoring agreement. Is that correct, Natasha?
no, this is the amendment applications.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay.
Could you, Natasha, could you specifically explain what the order is, please?
Sure, give me one moment.
Yep.
I lost my orders on another screen here.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
Okay. This is the one
Okay.
amending the application for the
Yeah.
well monitoring system.
Okay, I've got it for Mr. Fleming. This would be an order adopting findings of fact and conclusions of law on Gatehouse Water LLC's application to amend special condition number 8 of the operating permits. And then whereas on January 14th, 2021, Gatehouse submitted to the district an application to amend the operating permits for well numbers stated in the agenda item, defined as permanent wells. To give Gatehouse additional time to consummate a contract to demonstrate satisfaction of special condition number 8 of the operating permits. That's the amendment application. Whereas neither Gatehouse nor any other person or entity requested an evidentiary hearing on the amendment application, no evidentiary hearing was required by law or the district's rules, and therefore no evidentiary hearing was conducted. And whereas the board of directors of the district voted at its July 27th, 2021 meeting to deny the amendment application, and whereas on July 27th, 2021, Gatehouse filed a timely request for findings and conclusions pursuant to Texas Water Code Section 36.412B and District Rule 15.3A. Now, therefore, the board adopts findings of fact and conclusions of law.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. This is on the table for a motion.
I hate to make all the motions, Mr. Chairman, but this to me seems that it should be denied.
Okay,
And
this is,
I would so move.
Wait, can I make a clarification, Director Semang? We're asking for a motion to approve the findings of fact and conclusions of law. Is that still your recommendation to deny them?
No, to deny, to approve the findings of facts and conclusions of law that deny the application.
okay. So Mr. Semane's motion to the board is to deny the amended application as submitted to the district for the reasons outlined in the findings and facts of law as attached as part of this order.
And to adopt
Seconded.
and to adopt the findings
Right.
of fact that were furnished to us and conclusions of law.
Yes.
And Natasha, shouldn't we turn that around and we are approving the findings and fact and conclusions of law that deny all that?
I'm not quite clear on Director Semang's motion. It would be you're going to approve an order adopting findings of fact and conclusions of law that deny the amendment application.
That is correct.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
And does whoever seconded that agree with the what Mr. Semang just said?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the second.
I didn't either.
Who
Well,
seconded?
I'll second.
I second.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion.
Mike, can I clarify? Is the motion that we approve the findings of fact and conclusions of law that have been presented to us?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Okay. I'll go on reverse order. Cheryl Smith. Cheryl? Yes. Okay. Mr. Cook is recused. Larry Shoddy?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Semang made the motion.
Yes.
And Billy Sherrill.
Yeah.
Okay. Kay Rogers. Kay, we still got you?
Yes, I'm having
Okay.
a fight with my number.
Okay. Now, Phil Cook, seconded. So he's
Yes.
on board. David Fleming.
No.
Okay. And Carl Steinbein.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that is the second order, and the third order. Natasha, if you could give us a brief.
Yes, so this is an order adopting findings of fact and conclusions of law on Gatehouse Water LLC's request to authorize the general manager to finalize an amendment to the monitoring well system construction and maintenance agreement. Whereas on January 14th, 2021, Gatehouse submitted the district an application to amend the operating permits for the well numbers stated in the agenda item termed the permanent wells, to give Gatehouse additional time to consummate a contract to demonstrate satisfaction of special condition 8 of the operating permits for the permanent wells, the amendment application. Whereas the district entered into a monitoring well system construction and maintenance agreement, which was effective on March 16th, 2026, the 2016 monitoring well agreement, applicable to the operating permits for the permanent wells. And whereas, as consideration for the amendment application, Gatehouse worked with the district general manager and legal counsel and requested that the district authorize the general manager to amend the 2016 monitoring well agreement to provide more extensive monitoring of impacts from Gatehouse proposed production. Whereas neither Gatehouse nor any other person or entity requested an evidentiary hearing on the request to amend the 2016 monitoring well agreement, no evidentiary hearing was required by law or the district's rules, and therefore no evidentiary hearing was conducted. And whereas the board of directors of the district voted at its July 27, 2021 meeting to deny the request to amend the 2016 monitoring well agreement. And whereas on July 27, 2021, Gatehouse filed a timely request for findings of fact and conclusions of law pursuant to Texas Water Code 36412, Part B, and District Rule 15.3A. Now, therefore, the board adopts the findings of fact and conclusions of law.
Okay. So what is before the board on this last order is taking action regarding Gatehouse's application to amend the operating permit, which was denied by the board at the July 27th meeting. And you did that through your findings of fact and conclusions of law as were handed to us prior to the meeting this evening. Or in advance, I would say, rather say in advance of the meeting.
Okay, if you're ready for a motion, I would like to move that we approve the findings and facts and conclusions of law and deny the request to amend the operating permit and the general manager and the monitoring well construction and maintenance agreement.
Okay. Do
I'll
I hear?
second that motion.
Second by, yeah, motion was made by board member Cheryl Smith, seconded by board member Kay Rogers, that the Gatehouse application to amend operating permits as referenced in the agenda, that the amendments be denied by the findings and facts of law as submitted to the board in advance of the meeting. Again, I'll go through Billy Cheryl.
Mr. Talbot, can I make a clarification?
Sure.
This would be the order adopting findings of fact and conclusions of law on the decision on the monitoring well system. The request to modify the monitoring well system.
Right.
Modified to deny, that's correct.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, I said that.
Well, but, okay.
So I mean, Cheryl's motion was correct. I didn't know if what you were adding was an amendment to her motion.
Oh, okay, I'm fine.
Okay. Is everyone clear on the motion? And the second?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cheryl, can you restate your motion, please?
Okay. I move that we approve the order of findings and fact and conclusions of law whereby we denied the request to amend the operating permit for the general manager to modify the monitoring well construction and maintenance agreement.
I would make one correction to that. It wasn't a denial to amend the operating permit. You denied to modify the monitoring well system and construction and maintenance agreement.
Okay, I left out the word modify.
Okay.
That's good.
Are we clear now? Okay. Mr. Sherrill?
I think I got it. I'm going to deny.
So you're voting No or yeah?
Yes.
Okay, yes, okay.
Yes.
Mr. Semaine?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Shoddy?
Yes.
Okay. Cheryl made the motion.
Yes.
Carl Steinbach?
Carl, he's on mute.
Carl?
You're on mute.
Lost Carl. Let me go back down. Let me go down through and I'll go back up. David Fleming?
Natasha, thank you very much for all the clarification, but I vote no.
Okay. Phil Cook?
Yes.
Okay. And Kay Rogers?
Yes.
Okay, so did Carl get muted? Carl?
Carl Steinbach, yes.
Okay. We have the required 6. That gets us there. Okay, that concludes the action, I believe, that was being sought for this particular matter. There was not a need to go into executive session, or the board did not ask to go into executive session. There is no other item for executive session that I'm aware of this evening. So I will entertain, let's see. Okay. We did not have an executive session. I will adjourn the meeting at 7:16, I believe. I'm sorry.
7:40.
7:40, I'm sorry. 7:40 p.m.